At the start of this game, I hit tab and see that the Aqua guy is a sniper who has sniped me and others a lot in the past, and I know for a fact he's a sniper because I did a video on him called "Do You Really Think You Will Win This Game?" on TikTok and on my second YouTube channel. It shows exactly how I know he's a sniper, and this video is basically a follow-up of that video. So if you don't believe me, go watch that video. I mean, this video will probably prove it to you as well, but at this point, I just bought a punch bow. He has emeralds, but he has not been able to spin them yet. And that bridge that I'm watching there, the white one, is the only one that leads to a shopkeeper other than the one I came down. So I'm making sure I'm keeping an eye on it. And he knows I'm a decent shot, so he's not willing to go on that bridge while I'm looking at it. Smart on his part, probably. But my goal right now is to just win this game. And right now, he is the threat to me. He has emeralds, and he is somebody I know is a sniper and only goes for me. So he is the obvious target for me. Now, unfortunately, Amazon is really good to run around on to avoid fights, and I am low on arrows. So between those two factors, he's not really in a spot where I can kill him, and Blue decides to come over uninvited with a power bow. That's something I was not expecting. Some random in the game this early coming at me with a power bow. And he almost killed me. Like, if he shot me again, I could have been dead. But when I get back to middle, Aqua still hasn't been able to buy a punch bow. Blue still has a power bow in middle. And eventually he starts going after Aqua. And when I see that, I try to get in front of Aqua to cut him off and yeet him into the void when he goes over a gap. Now, I hit him, but I fail to put him in the void. But it does force him to use a pearl because Blue was right behind him. And that's good, because less likely he'll be able to spend emeralds on a punch bow. I have no idea if he's got enough for that already at this point or not, but at this point, I decided to take my focus off him briefly to get rid of the power bow, because that could really screw me over if I'm focusing on Aqua and start getting shot. And Blue ends up DCing shortly after I kill him, so I told you he was not going to win this game. Now, since it's just us two in the game, I'm like, well, why don't I just ask him why he's sniping me? Because people snipe for various reasons. He says, I am a bow player and #1 in Swordless Challenge. And I just call him a liar. Not because that's not true. He is #1 in that challenge. And it's because he's trying to pass that off as why I keep running into him and that he's not sniping me. He is sniping me, and that other thing's true. Both things can be true. And I call him out because I know he DCs after I die in game, even if he's still alive. And I say, if you weren't sniping, you wouldn't do that. And he doesn't say anything for a long time. So eventually I bring it up again. It's like, hey, you didn't say why. And he eventually responds with, I can't even use my sword. How can I snipe you? And I remind him again, you DC after I die each game to rejoin and get me again. And I let him know, I've seen the replays. And he responds with, do you watch every replay of your past games? And I respond with, sometimes if I think I'm being sniped, yeah, I might check the replay if I think something fishy's going on. And he says he doesn't consider it sniping. He just likes to go up against sweats. He thinks that's a believable story. And even if it's true, how is it not sniping? He's still specifically going after somebody. And I showed this in the other video, but this is his guild. The guild leader's name is Snipers. The person below that is Without You. Snipers is his ult. Without You is 1,000 star. He was in my Discord. He has been banned along with a few others now. Now, he didn't know about me seeing the replays of him DCing even when he still has a bed in game after I die. So he didn't know about that. Caught him off guard. Now I'm catching him with something else he didn't know. I tell him, you even sniped a friend of mine for a while. And he says, wanted you, ? Who is a friend of mine. And I'm sure he sniped wanted you as well. But that's not who I was talking about. And then he guesses another one. And he says, is it Jay? And yes, I've talked to Jay. And Jay says he has been sniped by this guy a lot. And he has used chat to try to get other people to target Jay. And he's also done that to me, which I showed in my last video. Although I guess it was more blatant with Jay. And again, I remind him of the DCs after each game, and he's still not considering any of the sniping. At first, he's like, I like to go against tryhards. And he's like, I like to go against bow users. And he says, I like to just go up against people and beat them with skill. So that's not sniping. Like, it very much is sniping. It doesn't matter if you're stream sniping, if you're hacking when you're sniping, or if you're not hacking when you're sniping, if you're going for somebody to try to break a win streak, if it's just somebody because they're a creator or just a high star. The reason doesn't matter. If you're hacking or not doesn't matter. If you're targeting one specific person trying to get in their game over and over again to kill them, You're sniping. He's just so full of BS, and it's really funny to me that he's trying to actually pass this off as believable. And he's also going to mention that he's not doing this to ruin anybody's experience. He just wants to see who's going to win most of the time. And that doesn't really matter at all. Like, I don't let it ruin my experience when I go up against snipers. Like, I'm still going to have fun in the game. However, you can ask anybody. It's like, hey, do you want to be sniped this game, or do you not want to be sniped? They're always going to say they don't want to be sniped. Okay? So it's not like you're doing a positive for anybody other than yourself, and you're not doing it for the reasons you state. You're just a lying little douchebag. And anyways, I also dropped some knowledge on him that, yeah, I've already got a video scheduled that shows you actually use chat to target people and that you're a sniper. He did not know about this video I uploaded previously, but it was already uploaded and scheduled to go up, I think, the next week. So by the time you're watching this, I'm sure he's seen the video, and now he's going to have another one to look forward to. And here, he finally gets to run into a base, but I pearl behind him, and I was going to try to bow spam him to death. And he had to just spam by a couple pearls to get away, or he was dead. And that's good, because he still doesn't have a punch bow now. He had to use those emeralds for ender pearls instead. So I'm going to buy some stuff, and I'm going to go right back trying to chase him. And he's a little cocky. He's like, you thought it would work against me? Like, you're all that special, dude. And he runs into another base eventually, trying to buy a punch bow probably. And I do pearl in after him yet again. And this time, guess what happens? It works. So that's 2 videos I've made of this dude where he just puts his foot right in his mouth. And not only is he a douchebag sniper, but he looks like an idiot. And this is a clip where he actually does kill me, which is rare, because most of the time he just prevents me from getting a punch bow and somebody else kills me. And then as soon as somebody else kills me, he'll DC. But yeah, I thought I'd make this follow-up video because, sure, the first video proved that he was a sniper and a douchebag. But in this video, he didn't know I knew all this stuff, and the other video was still private and scheduled to upload. It wasn't public yet. So I kept catching him in lie after lie, and I thought it was funny. It just made him look like more of an asshole. And I'm sure I'm going to play this guy a lot in the future because, you know, I'm not going to avoid my favorite map or go out of my way to hide from him. So, yeah, just know that nobody's going to buy your shit.